Thanks for contacting the Conqueror Can-Do Corporation. My name is Guy. Might I ask the name or title of the powerful leader I have the pleasure of speaking with? I'm sorry, was that Lord Oberon or Overlord Oberon? Have I helped you before? Did you used to go by Admiral Oberon? You succeeded. Well, that's the sort of initiative that makes for great tyrants, isn't it? I thought your voice had a tone of frugality and ruthlessness. Congratulations on your continued success. What menial tasks might I take off of your busy plate today? Aren't those emails the greatest? I especially like the tips on how to impose fear and respect with the least amount of effort. Well, there's the dysentery to go. That one's quite effective, though, if I may offer some advice, you really got to have the peon working in the mailroom on top of their game, because if they break that seal, well, you're in for a world of trouble. We have some programmable hurricanes. Those are always nice to have on hand. We just got in a brand of caviar that pairs excellently with the tears of agony and desperation that your enemy wept when humbled and defeated. And then there's my personal favorite, the red carpet treatment. You have an underling place it at some fancy function of your mortal enemy, then when they're getting off of a plane or off their high horse, whatever, they go and they step on the red carpet, blam! Down they go. Guaranteed to trip them up every time. Because nothing says defeating a public figure like watching them fall on their face. And if you act now, well, we'll send along a menial little underling type person, have them dressed up as a member of the press, they'll get the whole thing for you. You can watch it over and over from the comfort of your palatial estate. Comedy gold, I tell you. Threatening throne. I do love those. We custom make each one, as I'm sure you know. It really makes a great impression. You've got this little upstart that's been bothering you for years, am I right? And when you finally catch him, because let's face it, we both know you're going to, right? The sewage lines, I know. They keep trying to sneak into the sewage line, come in that way. So not only do you have to replace the grates on the outside, but now you've got this smelly, sniveling brat telling you how you'll pay for this, or you haven't heard the last of me, when really, all you want to do is try and get this guy who's smelling up the place out of your hair. But with a threatening throne like we're offering you, at a substantial discount, naturally, at least the trope will know his place, am I right? Oh, please. We both know your demands are the most logical. Why can't everyone get in line behind you? That whole free will thing. You want to run things? I say go for it. It's my pleasure to serve you. Who are we kidding? It's my honor. Well, that's where things get a little tricky. I don't have a set delivery date. So I mean no offense. I have no desire to waste your time. It's only, look, it's a custom-made offering. Oh, sorry if I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. You know I'd never mean to disrespect you in any way. Oh, thank you, sir. You're most gracious. So, here's the thing of it. We want you to have the best threatening throne we can manufacture. We only outsource to the best with the finest materials. I hope you know that. Now, of course, yes, well, do you remember Willard? We sent him out there a few years ago to do the cornices in your... Yeah, walks with a limp. That guy. Okay. So he's our metal guy, and you'd want your threatening throne made of the finest metals, I'm assuming. Naturally. But here's the thing. Can I be honest with you? Terrific. I like you, so I'm just going to tell you how it is. So Willard was out on a job. He was making a chandelier for Lord Canterbury. You know, the I'll rule you with plagues guy. I mean, no offense to him, he took over 5 island nations in 1 quarter, and that's not nothing. I don't know if you two are acquainted. He tried to take over your tropical getaway. Yeah, that seems uncalled for. Oh. Is that what happened to his sons? I was wondering. Yeah, so no love lost there, huh? Okay, well, we both know Canterbury doesn't need a chandelier. He gets his palaces demolished on a regular basis. He has no defenses. He spends all this money on these exquisite buildings, and he won't even fortify the walls. The man thinks a moat is all he needs. I know. I love a good moat too. It sends a message. It says, I'm putting distance, space, a barrier between myself and the commoners of the world. But a moat wouldn't stop the likes of you, would it? Of course not. It looks like you ordered 78 cases of attack drones during our sale last year. Those would fly right over any obstacle. How'd those work out for you? Decimated all who would oppose you. I'm thrilled to hear that. Good for you, Overlord. Now, Willard, well, he was out working on this chandelier for Canterbury. We have to do right by our clients, even if they're not all as estimable as you, Overlord. Willard was doing his best. He was crafting quite a masterpiece, and then, well, you can guess what happened. Yeah, they laid siege to Canterbury's headquarters. Maybe they were, I don't know, upset that he kidnapped all their spouses and made them his slaves. Where he was housing them, I haven't a clue. The food costs alone, ugh. Anyways, the whole country revolted, because of course they did. Everybody tried to tell them that they would. And the citizens knocked down his doors, and, well, Canterbury and his lackeys were taken hostage, including Willard. I know. The man was just trying to do his job. Now he's what? Abetting? A sympathizer to the dictatorship? He wasn't even oppressing anyone. Willard's a pacifist. Don't get me started. I've tried to tell him. We've actually lost out on a few jobs because he wouldn't create a torture machine or weapon of ultimate destruction. It speaks to a lack of dedication on his part, if you ask me. It goes against his ethics, he keeps saying. What about the work ethic, we keep asking. Anyways, Willard's stuck over there until the government of the people finishes their trial. Okay, well, here's the pickle. Currently, you're sitting at our Supreme Commander level. It's a very fine level of membership, and I hope you've been pleased with the carefully selected degree of perks you've been offered. But the next level up, the highest level, is the Ruler of All. You know, you're not the first one to mention that. What could be more supreme than ruling over all? I suggested it to marketing, told branding was a bit off on that one, but they're the ones with the degrees. Right, sorry. Well, the point is that Supreme Commander gets you at the top of the list when Willard is freed. If you want us to assemble a task force, sneak in under cover of darkness, venture into enemy territory, ignore the sovereignty of a nation, extract Willard, and deposit him at your lair, ready to work in less than 12 hours, I'm afraid that perk only comes with the Ruler of All status. I understand. Some of those details, a minion like me has no say over, and, well, may I ask your permission to keep this between us? Great, I appreciate that. Honestly, Overlord, if you were to extract him yourself, use your resources to bust him out of there, bring him back to your own luxurious domain, then we can forget the transaction fee entirely. Treat Willard right, pay him his standard rate, and you'll have the finest threatening throne. Well, it'll just be the best there is. Just set Willard loose after you're done, and we'll tell people that he wandered up to your doorstep or something like that. Sure, it's far-fetched, this whole business is, but they're not going to question the mighty Overlord Oberon. Not if they value their heads, right? But Willard's not going anywhere. I'm sure you have all sorts of kettles in the fire, right? Plenty on your plate, yes? Let me guess, those underground guerrillas are posturing like they'll rise up again, aren't they? They want to restore democracy, extinguish the pervasive culture or fear that you feast off of, right? Every time, those crazy nutballs. But yeah, if we can't get him out of there and you still want that threatening throne, well, let's just call it an unofficial option that you may or may not avail yourself of. How does that sound? Fantastic. Oh, and it looks like those tanks, the one you back-ordered when you were an admiral, the warehouse finally stopped back-ordering them. We can get a shipment of all-terrain amphibious stun gun-loaded tanks out in the next flotilla. Did you still want to get the deflector shields on all of those? Why wouldn't you, right? Okay, well, we'll get that sent out to you as soon as possible. might be just the thing to retrieve a valued asset from an overzealous country's war proceedings. Huh? Huh? Well, Willard's the best. Temperamental, but I mean, aren't all artists? You know that better than anyone. Anything else I can help you with today? No? Okay, well, of course this conversation has not been recorded for quality purposes or anything like that, because we value your privacy and your secrecy. However, if you'd stay on the line long enough to fill out a customer satisfaction survey, well, I'd sure appreciate that. Overlord Oberon has already wasted enough valuable time on my unworthy self. Completely understood, and kudos for really embracing that third-person narrative when referring to yourself. That'll show him. Well, you take care now, and thanks for using Conqueror Can-Do Corporation for all your despotic needs.
Oh wait, no, that's not what I want to say.